Hey everybody, my name is Ian and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be going over Requirement 5. Requirement 5. Demonstrate your knowledge of pocket knife safety. A pocket knife is a very useful tool in Boy Scouts. You can use it to carve wood or cut rope or for slicing stuff open. But a pocket knife is just as dangerous as it is useful if handled improperly. Without proper knowledge, you might endanger yourself or other people. So first things first, how can you safely handle a pocket knife? A lot of it's common sense and I'll just list them. First, you don't want to keep the blade open unless you're using it or cleaning the knife. You should always cut away from yourself because if the blade slips, you might hurt yourself. Obviously, follow regulations in public places and don't throw the knife. Here's an interesting one. You always want your blade sharp since a sharp blade is easier to control than a dull one. We'll go over sharpening the blade later. You should close the blade before passing the knife to someone else. Make sure when you hand it to them, they say, "I've got it," before giving it to them. If the blade is not retractable or foldable, the blade will be held on your end with the sharp end facing out of your palm, so if the blade moves, you won't get cut. Once they've said, "I've got it," then you can let go since they signaled they have the knife. Oh, last two things. You don't want more than one blade open for safety reasons, and you shouldn't use the point of a blade for prying. Otherwise the knife could bend or break. Okay, now on to cleaning the knife. You want to clean the knife since dust and lint can collect inside the knife, causing the blade to dull. Fortunately, you don't have to worry about the blades rusting since a lot of pocket knives today are made of rustless metal. If you use the knife for cutting food, you first want to open the knife. Then you would wash the knife under hot water and soap. If you want, you can apply light oil to lubricate the joints of the pocket knife. Another way to clean your knife is if you have a bit of cloth, you can wrap it around a toothpick. Then you can wet the cloth a bit and you just clean the inside of the open knife. This would be used to get the tiny bits of dust or lint that you couldn't get. Like I said before, sharpening the knife is much safer than having a dull knife since a sharp knife is easier to control. So to sharpen a knife, you would need a whetstone. Some people put water on the whetstone, others don't. It's up to your preference. To use the whetstone, you need to press the blade against the stone at around a 25-degree angle, with the end you want to sharpen to the stone and the other end tilted off the stone. You want to make sure your fingers are holding the bottom of the whetstone so that you don't cut them. To sharpen, you just need to push the blade along the stone as if you were slicing a layer off of it. You do this repeatedly until you have your desired level of sharpness. You should also sharpen the other side of the blade too. To check the sharpness of the knife, you would wipe the knife with a clean cloth. You would then put the knife under a bright light or in the sun. You know if the blade is dull if the cutting edge is shiny and reflects light. The blade is sharp if the cutting edge does not reflect light nor is shiny since the edge would be too thin. Okay, that's it for today. In our next video, we will be going over requirements 6 and 7. Like if you found this video useful, subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.